The 2014 Sylacauga Christmas Parade is in the books, and it was a fantastic parade. And Carol Emnick Bates, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, who was really on top of all of this, joins us this morning, and it was a fantastic night, wasn't it?
It truly was. You know, the Lord and the weather cooperated, and it was really, I think it was one of the better parades that we've had. I truly do. The crowd was phenomenal. It truly was.
They were 6, 7 deep along with Broadway, I know.
People that were in the parade, for one, my husband, who pulled one of the floats, he said that it was positively 6 or 8 deep from the time you got to 2nd Street, and not just on Broadway, all the way making the turn, all the way on Norton.
Yeah.
And he said it's the first year he's ever seen, there was truly not a sparse place anywhere on Broadway or Norton. So
some beautifully decorated floats too.
You know, they really were. The professional floats, of course, are nice to have and everything, but the ones that the businesses take the time to do are just themselves and fix up and whatever. And even I thought it was neat because the Coosa Valley Medical Center was our grand marshal, and they had that red Thunderbird that they had put on top of that that float. And Vanessa Green shared with me after the parade that how much that meant to Glenn Sisk for them to be the grand marshal and everything. His parents were even at the parade.
Really?
Yep.
Is that his car?
No, that car, I forget who she told me that car belonged to.
Yeah.
But that's not his car.
Well, he looked good in it.
He certainly did. And let's announce our winners again.
Do it.
Okay, I'm going to. The grand prize float was Amia, and that was Sesame Street float, and that was a big hit with the kids.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful. And then Nemac of Alabama was our first place winner. Our second place winner was Home Depot. Their float was beautiful too. They were all beautiful. Anyway, and the third place was a Sylacauga Karate School. Now, I found out a little tidbit about that float yesterday.
Okay.
That float was designed and built from Sunday afternoon till time for the parade on Tuesday.
That's a quick turnaround.
Whoa, I think so. And then fourth place was the First Church of the Nazarene, and fifth place was the Animal Rescue Foundation. And they had all the floats were really good, and I think everyone enjoyed it. I saw Chief Carden yesterday at the council meeting and thanked him so much for the ease with which it seemed to come off. I think we had very few bottlenecks or hang-ups anywhere. The bands all stopped and played. Four bands. They all stopped and played. So I felt like it was a really good parade, so much so that I got inspired yesterday.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's dangerous when that happens usually. And so, our parade date for next year will be December 1st. That's the first Tuesday in December.
That's getting ahead of the game.
Yeah, and we even have a theme for next year. It's a
Do
great,
tell.
Okay, do tell. I think I will. Thank you. The theme for next year's parade is going to be favorite Christmas memories. That's an individual thing, but you get your groups together and you start collaborating about what was your favorite Christmas memory and yours, and that's what I want the floats to be. That's what we're going to have the floats built around, and the
all of us have a favorite Christmas memory.
I think so. I think whether it is the Christmas vacation, or whether it's a heartwarming, tearing up memory. We all have our Christmas memories, and I think with folks having all this time now to plan, we'll have a great...
I'm 63 years old, and I remember my Christmas favorite thought of all time, just like it was yesterday.
Really?
So
what was that? Share that with us. No, never mind. Okay.
But next year's parade will be on Tuesday, December 1st.
That's right.
But Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus were there.
And they had such a wonderful time. When when Santa and Mrs. Claus were over here talking with the kids and stuff, it got to the place I found out where all of a sudden, where's Santa? It was time for him to get on his float, and they couldn't find him. And he was having a hard time, getting away from the children. They had to kidnap him.
I can understand.
They had to kidnap him and put him in the car and get him down there because they were ready for him to be on his float. But it went off quite well. The horses, I was so impressed with the horses. We had more horses than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
So, and I was so thankful to the trains because I guess right after the horses got across the tracks, there was a small train that came by, but it didn't interfere with either end, so it worked out well.
The little kids that
my
were involved
goodness.
in the parade itself, Little Miss Talladega County, and
It was wonderful. It was just there were so many wonderful things. And I had a man yesterday I ran into, and he was telling me that he didn't even know about Top Trails in Talladega until he saw that unit in the parade. So I thought, well, he didn't get out much, I guess.
Well, if he'd watched Daybreak, he'd know.
Or he'd watch Daybreak or whatever. He would know.
Hey, we got some new reinvesting members too.
We have some reinvesting members that we always want to mention, and that's Brown Auto and Collision, Heritage South Credit Union, and Sylacauga Rehab. But we have a ribbon cutting next week too, and that's a new member, and that is going to be now they had that bright yellow car.
Oh yeah.
And the Heavenly Hands. Heavenly Hands is going to have their ribbon cutting on Tuesday morning, and it's going to be at 10 a.m. And please join us. They're at 119 North Norton. Ann Keel is the new owner there, and she's joined the chamber, and she came by and got in the parade, and she really wants to be a part of the chamber.
I wonder if it's a free massage for people who attend the ribbon cutting.
You know,
probably not.
I don't know. I'm going to go by and see her today. Maybe I can see what we can work out for that. But, you know, we always like for folks
right there
to,
on Norton Avenue.
I mean, it's easy. It's just, what is it, 2 doors down? No, it's right next to Pete's, isn't it?
In between Pete's and A&M Clothing there.
Right, yeah, you're right. So please try to get down and help us welcome
Ann
them
Keel,
to town.
the owner
Ann
of that.
Keel is the owner.
Several open houses, and I took note of this week especially the stores in the area are so beautifully decorated for Christmas.
And I noticed that so much the night of the parade too. And then yesterday, all over Facebook, people were taking pictures of the windows and little children looking in the windows and stuff. So they're all beautiful. And the Pickle Patch now, you know, they're on 280, and sometimes, you know, I don't know how you could forget them, but people just don't get out that far. But they're having another Christmas open house. Well, we had our holiday open house in November, which is a long time ago now. And this Christmas open house for them is Saturday and Sunday during their usual business hours, and they're going to have refreshments for folks and have a wonderful time.
How many vendors they have, but it's a lot of them.
What did she tell me? 66, 67 vendors plus she has a constant full waiting list for spots.
Well, a lot of those vendors have been there for a long time.
Since it opened, when it was first opened years ago. So they really have done a good job with that, and really they've given it a different flavor. I think Leslie and Scott have since they have taken it from Tony and Cindy Picklesheimer, leased it to them. So I think it's a good. I think it's a good fit for them. I truly do.
Hey, we're going to have DVDs of the Christmas Parade available for you to purchase. For maybe you got family and friends that are out of pocket and didn't get to see the parade, and it'd be a great stocking stuffer. And you're going to have some at the Chamber of Commerce.
I'm going to have some at the Chamber. It's nice to have that stuff around for stocking stuffers, but over the holidays especially, I know you're going to rebroadcast the parade several times, and but it's nice to have that at home. You know, when the kids are all there, throw it in.
There's some people, for whatever reason, may not watch TV 47. And I don't know why they don't, but this would be a great thing.
I hear that they can't get it on what is it? If they have
those devilish satellite dishes.
Those devilish dishes, whatever it is. There's some parade pictures right there.
There you go.
There's my chamber ambassadors.
Yeah.
There is our mayor and city council. Look at that. Yeah. You know what? They truly love doing that.
Oh yeah.
They love that float and the idea of all being on there. Yeah. And they're all there except for Shannon. Shannon Darby was with his dancing stars. So, but I think everybody
had a great time.
They truly did. And you know, I saw Billy and Mona there, which reminded me. You know, Harvey's on Noble was one of our parade sponsors, and they're doing this thing on Wednesdays. And we went last night for their Wind Down Wednesday, and what they were sharing with me was from now through the holidays, they're going to be whatever their special meat or whatever meal is going to be for the Christmas season.
You recognize that truck?
They're going to. Oh yeah, that's a good looking truck right there. That's there. There's Glenn.
Yeah.
There's Glenn in the hospital. Yeah. You know what? I just realized they were doing something that is a no-no, but I'm not going to say anything. They were throwing T-shirts.
T-shirt?
Tied up with it. Yeah.
Well, why didn't we get one?
I don't know. Well, because they knew that they weren't supposed to do that. That's probably why.
Well, they're the Grand Marshals.
That's right. Yeah. And it's Glenn. He can, you know.
But anyway, that's a portion of the 2014 Sylacauga Christmas Parade. The theme for this year.
Was Retro Rockin' Christmas.
And it was that, for
And
sure.
it truly was. Let me finish about Harvey's.
Okay.
Their Wednesday, Wind Down Wednesday special next week is going to be, they have a great steak salad. Wonderful steak salad. And their steaks, I don't know where Keith gets those steaks, but last night it was filet. That filet was huge. I've never seen a filet that big. And it was cooked just right and tender, and they're going to pair that with a Pinot Noir wine, so it's a lot of fun on Wednesday
So what
evenings.
wine did you drink last night?
Last night it was a Cabernet. It was a Cabernet with the steak, because red wines are with red meat and fish and that kind of stuff. Is pork is white wines.
Yeah. Well, when I was growing up, it was Thunderbird.
Or what's my grandmother? Probably never heard of that down here. This is in Indiana. Mogan David.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She loved that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I got off on that.
I don't either, but never
anyway,
mind. That's okay.
Great parade in 2014, and you got a new chamber chat coming up,
I got a new
too?
chamber chat. We're going to tape it this afternoon, and be looking for that. It's going to be, I hope it'll be a good one. I've got one or two choices of folks that are going to be with me, so I'm just going to kind of wait and see. It'll be a surprise.
All right, sounds good.
I like surprises.
All right, and we'll talk more again next week.